to another Volume 1 Chainsaw Man chapter review and discussion. How is everybody doing this wonderful Chainsaw Man Tuesday? Hope you're feeling good. I just wanted to come here today and, just say that I was right.
Yeah. Right.
I was right, and it feels good to be right. That's right. The devil revealed in this week's chapter was destiny. Josh, you freaking called it. It's hard, being big-brained sometimes, walking around carrying that weight of that brain. But, it just, it feels good to be right.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I was so wrong. Fujimoto got me. He always gets me. He gets all of us. It's never what it seems. It's always something different, something fresh, and it's always something freaking cool, too.
Always gets us.
Yeah, dude. Looks like Josh was wrong again. Now he's got to piss his pants. I mean, if I wasn't doing it already, a beautiful lie. But, I was wrong. It was the falling devil. That was the devil revealed in this chapter. Overall, an incredibly heartbreaking and sad. I mean, things are never going to look up for Assa, it seems. She stays down in the dumps. And when we look at her past, when we find out more about her past through flashbacks, it just gets sadder and sadder.
Yeah.
But, I did see a lot of people last week. I just want to say I wasn't on the Death Devil train. I tried to be different. I tried to think outside the box. But I did see some people, even in last week's stream, mentioning the fear of heights devil. I'll say that's close enough. It wasn't exactly what it turned out to be, but close enough. I think those people get points. The devil was cooking this chapter. Absolutely, dude. Fujimoto's pumping in that meme material. People are going to be posting that everywhere. Let her cook. How did you feel about the chapter, Megan? How did you feel about the reveal when you gunked?
Yeah, I liked the aesthetics of the chapter. I feel like we're getting back to the, not that it's gone away, but, the very crazy, out of this world devil stuff like we saw with Makima and we saw with the, famous astronaut panel. Like, it is very cool. And I do like the heights, or not the heights, the falling devil. Like, I do like how it could be played in so many different ways. Like, when she mentioned, like, oh yeah, people are scared of falling, but when you have like severe anxiety or you feel really depressed, like, you always kind of feel like you're falling. And I was like, oh yeah.
Damn.
I was like, way too relatable. Like, I said it in my head and I was like, whoa, that's cool. And then the next the next page, it was like,
yeah, she
like confirmed it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. Nat _ saying that I actually don't think it's close enough. As someone who said heights, I think falling is way more specific to the themes. And I agree. If I was teaching a Chainsaw Man class, and someone gave that answer, I would give them a point for it, but I wouldn't say that they got it right. I would say, you're still wrong, but you were maybe the closest out of the group. Even though maybe somebody said falling specifically, but yeah, I absolutely loved not only this devil, but like you said, and Nat is saying too, like, just how it echoes the theme, and that what you just said about, like, when you feel like anxious, depressed, like you feel like you're constantly falling, like, that's powerful.
Yeah,
that's powerful. I saw someone say this in our Discord too. I'll try to pull the Discord up to give them a little bit of credit, but I thought it was pretty funny, dude. They said, something to the effect of, and I apologize if I butcher their joke, but they said something to the effect of, I know that they're the fallen devil, or the only thing fallen this chapter was me falling in love. Because I think this is mommy material. Okay, we're not looking at devils exclusively for mommy material. Okay, but if we were, this would be. I mean, this is a, this is a devil that's up there on the list. I mean, she's cooking, dude. She's cooking.
No comment.
Anyway. So let's start going through the chapter. Again, so many crazy things. Devastating, heartbreak, sad. I feel so incredibly bad for Assa the more that we learn about everything she's had to go through. So let's start going through it beat by beat with everybody and make sure that we cover everything. How do you feel about that, Mehgan? You feel good?
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Top to bottom. I think I have this pulled up already, queued up, ready to go, so we can look at it all together. And I have it on this site here. Don't come at me, just because it's a vertical scroll, so it kind of works better for us. So, yeah. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Oh, shit. Our first donation of the stream. Let's fucking go.
Oh, shitty.
From Aster. Shout out Aster. Peak Fiction is back on the menu. That's outro material right there. Shout out Aster. That shit is fire. Peak Fiction is back on the menu. And I want seconds. Thirds. Oh, man, that was good. Shout out Aster. All right. Flipping over, being careful, not showing every single panel, but showing panels here and there. The chapter opens up, and when I read these first couple pages fast, dude, because I was like, I have to know if I'm right. I really believed in myself. I really felt like, sometimes when we predict One Piece events, traders, things of that nature, I don't have a lot of confidence in my predictions. I pretty much go in assuming that I'm gonna take an L. But this time I really felt like I got it. So when I woke up this morning, I was scrolling, and I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. But we see the devil start to assemble themselves.
Yeah, so that's why you're like, yeah, she's kind of mommy material, but she legit stole someone else's face.
It's a good face.
She's a Kardashian.
She's a Kardashian. It's a good face, though. It's a good face. And she mixed and matched. She kind of Frankenstein. Yeah.
She's like, who's the best looking one here?
Honestly, she is a Kardashian. That is so... That's the best way to say it. That is exactly what she is. The Kardashian devil. She's got good taste. So she assembles herself. Oh, dear. I'm being quite indecent.
Yeah,
I'll
she's
be your
like
chef
British.
Tonight. Oh, you think, yeah, British?
She sounds exactly like Chef Ramsay. Like, not in like a woman way. Like, no, like her voice is just Chef Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah.
Gordon?
Chef. Put respect on his name. Chef.
Gordon. Chef Gordon Ramsay. So, yeah. So, do your impression of that.
I can't do Chef.
Too much respect for Chef. I'll be your chef tonight. I mean, again, I love the design of this devil. I think it's so funny, like you said, getting back to some of that imagery and just how Fujimoto loves to play with these characters, putting this devil in the falling devil, making them a cook, putting them in a chef's hat, chef attire. I like this a lot. This was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Falling devil. This is where it is revealed right here. A word of warning: those who don't finish their food will taste death.
Well, yeah, I saw a tweet by Brian Forger on Twitter. And it was interesting because I didn't really, I kind of got those vibes before I saw this, but I didn't know exactly if it was like a direct reflection. But He said, or they said, considering how much Fujimoto loves cinema, I thought I'd look and see if there were any inspiration drawn from the Menu 2022 for the Falling Devil's character. And there's some lines that are highlighted from the script, from the Menu.
From the Menu?
Chefs play with the raw materials of life itself and death itself. It's art on the edge of the abyss, which is where God works too. And then chef from the Menu, if you haven't seen the Menu, I'm a chef. I work with death every day. So I just thought that was cool.
That is awesome.
It might, he does. Not saying it's exactly correct, but I wouldn't.
You wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised because that was a great film.
A lover of cinema.
That was a great film.
It was a great film. It was one of, I would say, top 10 films. Maybe, maybe top 10. It was really good. It was really, really good. And if you haven't seen the Menu, it's a fantastic movie about. It's about fine dining, and it's about sort of the chef's relationship with their customers, or this specific chef's relationship with his customers, being that they are customers of, fine dining, and his relationship with his own art and sort of what he has become. It's a fantastic movie. The main chef is played by Voldemort. I don't know his name.
Full makeup.
Yeah, it's Voldemort.
Like literally Voldemort playing Voldemort.
Yeah, it's Voldemort.
It's very meta.
No, dude, but there's a fucking awesome scene, and yes, absolutely. Zeos 974, it's her kitchen. Absolutely, it's her kitchen. She can have the kitchen. I'll be in the kitchen like that. Yeah, chef. Yeah, chef. Yeah, chef. She'd be like, prepare my mise en place. And I'm like, yeah, chef. Because I'd work for her. Anyway, I'd work, bitch. So I love the scene in the Menu, and this is like a mild spoiler, but there's a guy who's like a fan of cooking, right? And he goes to this like exclusive event, and he likes to eat all the food, and he's kind of a snob, kind of an asshole about it. Like he likes to pretend like he knows everything about everything, like all the tools they use, like how they prepared it, and like the chef's revenge that he gets on him is like making him feel included and saying like, hey, dude, you're pretty knowledgeable. Like, why don't you come back here? And hey, everybody, stop what you're doing. We got Chef so-and-so here, and he's going to cook us up a meal. And so it's the next like 10 minutes of the movie are just this like guy who thinks he knows everything and is a snob about like food, trying to actually prepare a very simple dish, and he cannot do it to save his life. But that is the most enjoyable 10 minutes of cinema I have seen, because it's just like I don't know, like what it represents. Like so many people enjoy critiquing things and have never done that thing.
Yeah. And
I think that's something we have to be aware of even when we review things. Like we've never written a manga. We've never drawn a manga. So we have to keep that in mind when we give our opinion on things, we have to understand that we might not fully understand. Anyway.
Very true.
I also agree with Zeos 974, who says, I just like to eat. Respect to cooks. That's me too. I love to eat. I love eating. Anyway. So
don't talk about food. I want a freaking diet, okay?
I know. Yeah. You've been kind of going through it on your diet. It's been getting you.
I'm withering away.
So Yoru is telling Assa to snap out of it. This is the devil, of course, that is causing those negative feelings. The meme that everybody, it's going to be popping up everywhere. Now then, allow me to begin cooking.
No, it's just like, I like those memes on Twitter. It's like Fujimoto, or like, like anything with like Oda or Fujimoto. They just put like, they take like a panel from the manga and they're like, Fujimoto this week. Like, now then, allow me to begin cooking.
Yeah. Oh, shit, dude. And then we cut to the Assa flashback. Now, this is devastating, heartbreaking. Again, I can't express to you how much this fucked me up. We get to Assa in her, like, orphanage. There's a lady running the orphanage who's concerned about Assa's cat because one of the other kids is allergic, and basically says, like, it's pretty unhealthy for you too because you depend on that cat's companionship instead of interacting with some of the other kids here. Real people. And Assa's like, well, that's because I don't fucking care, dude. My parents just fucking died.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to. And she is speaking about not wanting to get rid of her cat because, that's all she feels like she has. And let's not forget that this is the cat that she fucking, her parents died while she was saving this cat.
Yeah. So she's like, I need to hold on to this.
Absolutely. She's already feeling so many conflicted feelings and emotions. Let her have the cat. I mean, those two panels where that old lady is looking at her sitting down after her parents' death, trying to console her, trying to just, be some kind of optimist, trying to give her some, grain of hope, which ends up being the saddest thing of all time by looking at her and saying, like, well, at least you saved the cat. She's like, what the fuck does that supposed to mean? So yeah, she said, I don't want to. And then the person running the orphanage, seems to really understand her, saying that all the orphans here, their parents were killed by devils, and even her mom, the person running the orphanage, her mom was killed by the typhoon devil. And blah 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 blah. They can laugh and play because they found a new family here. Yeah. Yada yada yada. Basically convincing her to give away her cat. Give her to a friend. Give her to somebody who has a lot of other cats. Someone who would care for them. That's when we learned the cat's name is Crabbon.
Yeah, I looked this up and it was kind of interesting. And I don't know. I tried to fact check it too, but there's a couple different answers out there. Crabbon apparently appeared in an old children's story that was written by Kenji Miyazawa in 1923. In the story, two crab brothers were talking about what they saw at the bottom of a river. Haha. Bottom of a river. Ha. Just like he ended up being. And in conversations, the word Crabbon appeared like, hey, Crabbon was smiling at the time like Crabbon was killed. But in the story, the existence of Crabbon is not specified. And apparently the author died before he could explain it. Ooh. So now it's kind of like a literary, like a tool, like a lesson, I guess, in Japanese schools. Like, what does Crabbon mean to you? Or like, what do you think Crabbon means? But I could be mistaken. But yeah.
That's very profound.
I was just like, Crabbon, it's so
specific, right?
Specific. And I was like, there's definitely Fujimoto's cooking. Okay.
Absolutely.
Fujimoto's cooking. So
absolutely.
Let me look into this. But one of the main themes of his stories in general is sadness and death of people that are close to you. So
wow.
I would probably fit.
Man, with the fucking research, dude. Okay, let's go. Fuck.
I mean, I was just Crabbon, his name is Crabbon.
Yeah, like you said, I think your instinct and intuition was correct. Crabbon, such a specific name. So there has to be some significance, some meaning to that. Otherwise, the cat would have just been named freaking Fluffy or something.
Meowie.
Meowie. Yeah, otherwise, the cat would have just been named Meowie or some fucking shit. Some fucking easy shit.
Or some Bucky.
or Bucky.
Just kidding.
Or Bucky.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. Cutting back to the chapter. So, Assa decides to give up Crabbon and says, make him happy. And it was this face, dude. It was this face. This was the moment I knew. This was the moment I knew.
You knew.
That this, you know what? I'm not going to, I have so many names I want to call her. This monster.
Well, someone made an interesting point that let me see where I can find it. Dang it. Where was the comment? Oh, JS said, wait, so was this flashback real or was it exaggerated because of the falling devil, playing with memories and stuff?
Oh, interesting.
Because in a way, if your cat's given away to someone else, it's kind of dead to you. You're never going to see it again.
Right.
It's dead to your world, I guess. So, but
I guess
maybe in this way, it was maybe they did find a cat that looked and it was a kind of, but it could be real. It wouldn't surprise me if it was real.
Given Fujimoto's track record, this seems likely, very likely, that it is real. I mean, this is some Isabel shit, dude. This panel gives Isabel from The Promised Neverland a run for her freaking money right here. This mouth and nose out of the fucking shadows, dude. Essentially, yeah, we find out that when two of the kids are talking, one of the kids is talking to Assa that they saw a cat that looked like hers in the bottom of the river. And Crabbon seems to have been murdered by this lady. Yeah. Saying you can't be the only one with a family member. Isn't that unfair? And I get that. I mean, I'm not going to rule that out as a possibility. I would never. That it could be memory manipulation, or it could have actually happened, given, again, Fujimoto's track record.
She's salty.
She's jealous. Sorry no one likes you. Yeah. Sorry. Damn. Then we cut back to Assa, and her world is literally upside down.
I just took this as she was doing a handstand. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. People were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, huh? And everybody just starts like floating in the air. But I thought this was really cool too. This line that kind of explains that. The lower the heart sinks, the higher the body falls. That's the concept of this dish. May the flavor of past traumas delight your taste buds. That's a cool ass line. That's a cool ass, moment of dialogue. Because I was sort of wondering, the connection that Fujimoto was going to make with falling and, being a chef. And like before your explanation, even people sort of just like getting up like in mid conversation and deciding that they want to just like throw themselves over the edge of a building. But so I really appreciated that explanation. Beautiful lie with the tomatoes. Oh, I love you, beautiful lie. And then the chapter kind of really ends here. We see people flying through doors when we have seen doors in the past, because another important line of dialogue actually before we wrap everything up is they say that they're sent here by the residents of hell. I forgot exactly where that is in the chapter, but
if you scroll up a little bit,
it's up higher. Yeah, I'm visiting at the request of the residents of hell. And so when we see these doors, it only makes sense to think of one thing, and that gets me very excited because it does feel like we're entering into not necessarily the third act, but things are again really starting to ramp up and feel similar to me to the point that I think you were saying this earlier as well too. Feel similar to the point that they did in part one. Where they hit a point. It got to a point where it was just like,
yeah,
event after event, banger after banger, death after death. Sad stuff too. And it ends here saying, Assa, I can't enter your body. Don't be afraid, because Yoru cannot create powerful weapons or as powerful of weapons without Assa at the helm. And that's where it ends. Like I said, what a fantastic chapter. Like, this is an amazing chapter. I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed last week's chapter too. And then getting that paid off, getting an answer, but also in the way that answer was presented, this chapter, I mean, this was another literal chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Yes, chef. That's me.
You're cooking today.
I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Why is the sky so dark? Said JS. Let's go back. Let's check. I believe this is just maybe some sort of coming, impending doom, some coming sort of, I don't know, force of darkness. I mean, the residents of hell. I mean, in the previous chapter, Fami did say this is the first of many. So with these doors opening up,
yeah, maybe it's maybe she's just like picking out the people with the heaviest hearts. And that's why they're floating. Because if you scroll down, she says the lower the heart sinks, the higher the body falls.
But they're saying, why is the sky black?
Oh.
I mean, it could just
because
be a way to illustrate.
they're going through these doors, like you said. They're the ones I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be a way to illustrate, this devil's ability, this devil's presence. It could be it could be like, a metaphorical sort of coming of darkness. But it also could be very literal, and the sky could literally be black.
Well, everyone else isn't. Oh, I guess they're reacting to him floating, actually.
I mean, yeah, because a lot of other people just don't seem to care. I don't think you can really see it that well here. Let me see if I can move this over a bit. Oh, wrong thing. Sorry, I was trying to do something and it did not work. Yeah, like this lady right here, she doesn't give a fuck, dude. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah. She's like, black sky, welcome to my life.
Don't remember.
Welcome to being a salaried employee. So, I mean, I am interested to see what everybody else thinks. So let me pop over to the chat. The heavier the heart, the more powerful she'll be. Can a heart sink lower than Crabbon? Ben, you son of a bitch. You're going to break my heart all over again. Don't do this to me, Ben. Could they be being used as sacrifices to summon more powerful demons? Maybe it's some sort of summoning ritual. And then, of course, Dirk Gibson saying, remember in hell, it was filled with doors. Yeah, I mean, and this is the way that these fears that have never experienced death, have never died. This is how they move from one plane of existence, hell, to another, earth. Right? So, yeah, more devils are coming, according to Fami herself, a horseman herself.
Yeah, and people were saying that that French word, it might have been the French word or something else, that it was talking about like appetizers.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah. Did you already say that?
No, but I mean, it's an hors d'oeuvre. You never heard the term hors d'oeuvre?
Yeah, I have.
I'm just a fan of food, so I just love food. So I don't know. My vernacular when it comes to when it comes to appetizers. I mean, it's just a fancy way for appetizers, That's why I go to like a TGI Fridays and I say, give me your finest hors d'oeuvres.
Por favor.
And they say, you mean mozzarella sticks? And I say, you know what I fucking mean. Jumping back over to the chat. Brandon King saying, with the concept of dishes, I wonder if she could show the fear of falling in multiple ways. Maybe she could show the fear of falling for someone. Oh yeah, you mustn't like using Denji. Absolutely. Like, this is a great this is just a great take. I really do think that is a major possibility. Making this devil a chef absolutely means that there can be many dishes that they serve to show the different ways that people can feel falling. I think we've already kind of seen a way in the previous chapter that is outside of the norm for what we all might think when we think of the falling, the fear of falling, devil. So much so that I couldn't even guess it. I was guessing destiny. I wonder if it's a full 4-course meal. This is Dustin Rebel. Meant to satiate the bloodlust of primordial demons, allowing them to cross over into the physical plane. I think that you guys are fucking cracked. Yes. I feel like this could very well be a 4-course meal, and these are just the hors d'oeuvres because we started with hors d'oeuvres. We didn't start with entree.
Yeah, Nat said you said desire, not destiny.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Desire. My bad. I was wrong about my own wrong prediction.
Yeah.
I was wrong about my own wrong theory. Are you happy?
Bruh said, I think she's serving devils in hell and the trauma in this chapter's appetizers since we saw people fall to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone guessed falling devil.
I saw a lot of fear of heights, and I'm not going to say I didn't. Maybe I'm rewriting, history. My memory is not reliable, but I maybe I think I saw maybe one or two people, maybe one, say falling. Like, what if it's a falling devil? Let me do my impression of if that happened last week, how it would have gone down, like a reenactment. So, this is me last week. Oh, yeah, dude, it's totally it's desire, for sure. Let me check the chat real quick. Oh, someone says it could be the fear of falling devil. Yeah, right, freaking idiot. That's probably how.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding. I would never say that. I would never say that. I'm saying it that way because they were right and I was wrong and I was.
You're mad.
No. I'm just saying I was a little too sure of myself last week.
It's okay.
In hindsight, this is from Avatar Desto. It makes sense. Assa, the girl who always falls, now has to fight the falling devil. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to see coming up. John acting like a real Gendo Ikari. I get that now, Nat. I get that. Because I'm watching Neon 16 episodes in, no big deal. We're going to start to see a lot more of these primal fears, a lot more of these devils coming into the story, crossing these planes. Usually the cycle goes, they have to die to come to Earth and so on and so forth. But with these doors being open, which we saw in part 1.
Yeah.
This could be how they begin to, and seems
enter.
to be how they are going to begin to enter. And again, I really think that the story is going to pick up. I still think it's important to continue to look at that prophecy and still see what we can sort of decipher from that now, knowing what we know. But yeah, I mean, 4-course meal, absolutely. These are just the hors d'oeuvres, and the 4-course meal could be the like either a ritual sacrifice to bring these other devils, demons into this world, or it could also be speaking to the overall sort of plan.
Yeah.
Or the apocalypse, their version of the apocalypse. Is a 4-course meal. Is the hors d'oeuvres, and dessert is the end. The end of all living things.
Time.
Caden popping in with another dono. We love Caden. And Caden, might I add, that's a very fine avatar you got there. Basically, the Heights Devil, sunglasses.
It's like two
shaking hands. Yeah, I couldn't see. Kind of look like a cat.
You're blind.
Okay. And Caden, I would give you points for that, but Nat says no. Nat says you don't get points for that.
Damn.
So, sorry,
Be
Caden.
like that.
Just kidding, Caden.
Be like that sometimes.
It do be like that. Mara, I haven't seen Mara in a while. Are we sure the Falling Devil is being honest about its name? Fami said devils are bad with names. See? This is why I knew when I saw Mara's name. Gotta read this. Bad with names, and the chef outfit plus serving them trauma has me questioning it. You know what? I mean, you might be onto something. You might. I mean, if I had to state whether I thought she was being honest about her name or not in this moment, I would say she's being honest about her name. I would say that she is the Falling Devil. However, I do think that what you were saying has a ton of merit and is an extreme possibility, a very likely possibility, because there has to be some significance to that line. Whether that line holds significance in this situation
or in the future,
or with Chainsaw Man too, Caden, let's go with another donation. YouTube won't let me send $5 super chats. What the fuck, YouTube? YouTube, are you trying to take? You're trying to take from the family?
Yeah. YouTube's I can't say anything bad. Actually, love you.
Yeah, we love you,
YouTube.
YouTube. Is YouTube trying to take from the family right now?
What the heck? There's a heart option you can do now? What the heck? What the heck?
Bent over. Josh needs glasses. Nerd emoji. Yeah. Bent over. I'm gonna bend you over right now. Spank you. Sorry, I'm on one. I apologize. Bruh said, nah, it's falling. It would be stupid if she's not. I mean, I wouldn't say stupid, but I do think it is. I do think it is the falling devil. But I'm just saying that there is merit to questioning whether she's being truthful or not based on Fammy's conversation from the previous chapter. Avatar Desto
shitty.
with a $5 donation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Avatar Desto, I'm glad YouTube let you send that. Because they're trying to take from the fucking family right now. Just want to say, with Denji showing up, we could see visions of Power and Aki, and I'm definitely not ready for that. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
That would be bad.
Yeah. You would cry. You'd be an emotional wreck.
Probably, yeah.
I think you would for sure. I think you absolutely would.
Yeah, it'd be sad.
I don't think anybody's ready for that. I see Mehgan, she has Twitter open right here, and the fan art, bro, these people get faster and faster and faster at creating this fan art. I just want to show a few because, they're so good. They're so good, and they're my wallpaper. They're all my wallpaper. Let me see if I can go to profile. Did you like a couple of them or?
I just have bookmark.
Bookmark.
The bookmarks on the left.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I just have that one.
I like that other one you had open too. That one was really good.
Oh,
That one was really good. Let me just resize this so we can all just appreciate this together. Oops. Oh shit. Oh fuck. All right, let me do this. Boom. This is fast. These people are fast. So, shout out Jebly? Jebby? I need glasses.
You do. It's not even a joke anymore. It's just facts.
I do. I need glasses.
It's crazy.
And then this other one that I saw that I really liked. Was this one from Ryuko. So yeah, shout out Ryuko. These are awesome, man. And this one has Assa falling right here too. Yes, chef.
Sick.
So sick. A donation from a beautiful lie. I want to give a beautiful lie. Let's see what other sounds we got over here. I've been getting comfortable with my sounds, so let me see if I can
that's amor.
Give him that's that's amor. Maybe best girl saves the day. The goat Kobeni.
Yes, sir.
When's Kobeni coming?
Maybe never. But
I do feel like Kobeni we talk about it often because I think the Chainsaw Man fandom wants to see certain characters return, specifically Power. And most of us, I think, when we talk about that, we understand that if Power were to come back or the Blood Devil were to come back, that it would not be Power.
Yeah.
It would be a Nayuta situation where it would be a completely different personality. However, Kobeni is alive.
Yeah.
One of the few that is alive. Her brother seems to be in the story, even though that wasn't 100% confirmed. And I don't know. Fujimoto might do some crazy shit. They're not related.
Yeah. They're just...
They just look identical.
Yeah.
They just
doppelgangers.
Yeah. But she has to come back. She has to. I hope she's out there somewhere. I hope she's happy.
Yeah. I mean, knowing her, she's probably not.
That's true.
But hopefully she is.
Dirk said, I don't think we will see Kobeni until we see Kishibe. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And they're together.
Maybe we'll get them in the same chapter.
And they're together.
They're together. Not together like that. Whoa, dude.
Why?
I can't see Kishibe being with Kobeni. I can't see him having the patience to be with. There's an age gap for sure. But, besides that, I just can't see him having the patience. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, weird ship Mehgan said bent over.
Megan's projecting.
Weird ship.
Yeah, I wish I could be with Kishibe.
I mean, don't we all? Don't we all?
But he probably doesn't have the patience for me.
I mean, he doesn't have the patience for me either. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So I think that, again, these chapters are really ramping up. I think next week's chapter is going to be absolutely insane as well. I don't think there's a break, right? I think we're coming back next week. Let me check. Show and Jump real quick. I think we're getting another chapter next week, but I could be wrong about that. Want to double and triple check here. Nope, 2 weeks, 14 days. 14 days. So no chapter next week, but the week after we will be getting a new chapter. Fujimoto needs time to
cook.
to cook.
To simmer.
Exactly, dude. You got it when you cook. That's a great point. When you cook something, you can't take it out of the oven before it's ready. If it needs to simmer in the crock pot for 14 days, if that's what the recipe calls for, then that's what the recipe calls for. I trust the chef. Yes, chef. Oh, shit. Another donation from Avatar Desto.
Thank you.
Let's go.
That's more?
Give you one of those. And where did my Chainsaw Man sounds go? Let's see. There you go. If Yoshida shows up, I wonder if we will finally see him show some emotions, or he will be the one to stop the falling devil.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of his backstory. That would be cool.
Yeah, same.
Because if he's going to be a big part of the story, it would if we're really looking at it the same way we would be kind of looking at Chainsaw Man Part 1, it would be Assa, Yoru, Denji, Nayuta, Yoshida, and Fami as of right now. Like main characters, I guess, right? Like people that are going to be in the story, hopefully for a good amount of time before they're killed off.
Personally, yeah, I think that if we're looking again at that prophecy and how it mentions at the end Mars and like we discovered in our previous stream from last week, Mars and its association with war, I do believe that this is something that Assa is going to have to do and is going to be the one to do. Not saying that like other people can't show up to potentially help, but I think she has to be the one. There is some significance with her being the one to
No, yeah, Yoshida wouldn't. I was just saying he'd be in the story like he is now.
Right. And you're saying that these are you're kind of naming the new group of characters that could die at any second.
Yeah. Just
like, we got a lot of characters that we fell in love with in Part 1 and Fujimoto was like, yeah, this shit's real. This shit's not.
Because there's not really a group dynamic yet, but maybe Fujimoto's not really going that route. Maybe he is just going the main character route.
Yeah.
Or two main characters, I guess.
Well, yeah. But I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I think that would make more sense for him to not like maybe tread that same sort of territory. Him want to rely less on that. I mean, that was...
Even though Denji kind of became that with like everyone dying.
Right. Interesting, Mehgan. Interesting. Amara, again, every time you see Amara comment, you You got to look at it. I can't remember. Have y'all discussed the idea that Yoshida's contract isn't with the octopus devil, but some kind of Cthulhu eldritch god? That's where the tentacles come from. Yes, we have, Mara. We have talked about, there was something that we kind of dove into last week about, his contract being with some sort of sea beast, Cthulhu, even looking into quotes from a fictional character in H.P. Lovecraft's work, the Mad Poet, talking about specifically a line from a poem in this story about Cthulhu and immortality, and maybe that being like Yoshida's motivation for asking Denji if he could eat the Death Devil.
Or maybe it doesn't have anything to do with like tentacles at all. Like maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe it's something like super left field. Like,
Like what?
I don't know.
Pop off. Cook.
I don't know. Maybe like we were saying like the deep sea
Right.
devil, like that's kind of cool. Maybe like, the deeper you get into the sea, we know, like humans know more about space than they do the deep sea. So maybe it's like the fear of the unknown.
I do like Ninja Pope Q, who's saying Yoshida's power stems from the fear of parents. The parents have of their kids discovering tentacle hentai, and that is that's very scary. If I had a kid and I walked in on them watching tentacle, hentai, I think I would ask them like, first I would ask them like, there's other things out there.
I just think it's like a rite of passage. So I would like have a discussion with them and say like, okay, like this is people do this.
Right.
Everyone's done it. But you just need to move on. You can't stay in here for too long.
Or you tell them like, look, I know you can't. I know that you're not gonna not watch this.
Yeah.
So at least.
Yeah. No, I mean
let me
like
help out. Here's some Rex.
Not Rex. I would just mean like, don't let this be your main.
Right. Exactly.
That's what
right.
I would.
Main hentai.
No tentacle.
Tentacle hentai.
Yeah, don't main tentacle hentai.
Main tentacle hentai.
Yeah, there's other things.
You can main hentai.
But there's a whole.
Yeah.
Don't stay in here for too long.
You'll
get buried.
Down.
You'll get buried in it. You'll get buried
wrapped up in it.
You'll get wrapped up in
don't
it,
niche
and you
down.
can't escape.
You can't. It's a sea pit. It'll pull you. It'll pull you in. It'll pull you down.
Yeah.
Don't niche yourself down. Don't limit yourself.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm telling my kid. Like, don't limit yourself. Reach for the stars.
Reach for the. Thank you. I'm glad we fucking see eye to eye on that.
Mm-hmm.
Holy funky shooty bitchy. Rolling V Dub with a very generous donation. Shout out Rolling V Dub. I'm not caught up with Chainsaw Man, but had to stop by and show some love to the best community out there. Rolling V Dub. This community is one of the best communities out there because of you and others like you. Shout out Roland V Dub. We fuck with you so much. We appreciate you and we appreciate all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the kind words and thank you for the support, man. That helps us out so much. Wow. Fucking goated, dude. Drive-by goading right now.
Drive-by goading.
Drive-by
That's
goading.
funny. Off goading. Like, you get it?
Off.
Like roading.
Right. I like it. You had to explain it, but I like it.
Yeah.
Brandon King says, perhaps Yoshida is the asphyxiation devil, the fear of dying from loss of oxygen due to constriction. That's actually lit.
That's kind of, that's like.
No, that's autoerotic asphyxiation. I think
that's perfect.
I think that's perfect. No, but
what did we say last week?
What?
What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying about Yoshida. My devil time. I'm gonna treat you like a demon, or what did he say?
Oh yeah, I'll give you the devil treatment.
I'll give you that's a devil treatment.
Right, that's the devil treatment.
That's a devil treatment.
The
choke.
The choke. I actually really though sincerely think that if we're getting the falling devil presented us in this way, then Brandon King might not also might not be that far off. Like it could be something more, I guess, like abstract. I think the Cthulhu
Suction.
or octopus. I mean, that's very literal. Oh, you're bringing it back to
Suction.
sexual.
No, I'm not. It's not. Because like the suction cups.
Right. For sure. Sick. We are all falling into depravity. Mehgan, stop. But yeah, I do think that's like a really, really good idea. I mean, this is why we do it live. Because there's so many W takes in this fucking chat right now, and there have been since the beginning of this fucking chat today. This is why we do it live. So now that we are at the end of the chapter, and we've had time to hang out with you guys for a bit, I don't know if there's much else left to say, other than I'm extremely, I'm always excited to come back, extremely excited to come back. However, as I was saying that, I realized that we won't be able to come back next week because there won't be a chapter. It'll be the week after, but that gives me something to look forward to. So, yeah, unless Mehgan, you have anything else that you would like to add?
I was just like, keep on.
Okay. Avatar Desto. I'm gonna just go to the chat. The suck. Devil said Batman for real. Avatar Desto. Glad I was able to catch this live. Last time I was here, it was chapter 108. It feels like forever ago. Or Dev said, unless the chapter gets leaked early again. Yeah, last week's chapter got leaked super early.
Yeah.
I wasn't even like fully aware of it until a little bit later, but it got leaked, I think, almost like a week ahead of time. But yeah. Well,
we'll see.
It's been a blast. It's been fun. I mean, I love coming here to talk about these chapters with you guys. Like I said, and I mean it, the reason we do it live is because there's so many like interesting ideas, W takes, laughs from everybody in the chat. We fucking love you guys. And just to kind of reiterate, like, Roland V. Dub's sentiment, this is the best fucking community on YouTube. And it's because of you guys. We will be back tomorrow for our community live, where we talk about everything on the community lives, anime and manga related news. Sometimes we have a fun segment planned, a ranking, a tier list, anything and everything we talk about and cover on the community lives. And we also pull from the community live section of our Discord. So if you're not a member of the Discord, there will be a link in the description down below for you to join. Post something in the community live tab. We can't get to everything all the time, but if we do have time and you do want us to react to something or talk about something, then that's where you can post that link or even type out a question there if you want, and we pull that up during that portion of the show. Tomorrow, I don't know if we have everything solidified. So all I will say is just stay tuned. Keep an eye out. I will be working on, we'll talk about it more after this live, start putting that thummy together, and then schedule it by the end of the night. So just keep an eye out, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why is Mehgan grinning? This is sus. All right. So that means that the only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro that is always the same and never freaking changes, which today is... And there was like a donation earlier on in the stream, and they had a really great suggestion. Or they had Peak Fiction is back on the menu. Peak Fiction is back on the menu.
Okay.
It's Her Kitchen is also great though.
Yeah.
And shout out Begum Begum C, Maximal 99334, Dustin, Batman for real.
R.I.P. Crayon. Crayon.
King David Beast.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Bruh says, because of the suck. Test, what up, Test? Good to see Test here. Okay, so we're going to go Peak Fiction is back on the menu, or It's Her Kitchen. I think those are my top two. So what are you playing for? If you win, what are we doing?
It's Her Kitchen.
It's Her Kitchen. If I win, we're doing Peak Fiction is back on the menu. Are we doing shoot? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot? Okay, and we're doing one round? Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You win. It's Her Kitchen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for being the best community on YouTube. We fucking love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. If you don't end up tuning into the community live, then we will see you when we talk about the next chapter. But until then, it's Her Kitchen. It's Her Kitchen. We gotta come out with We gotta come out with a new shirt now. We gotta put her on it, the falling devil on it, and it's gotta say it's her